it's like a breakup, right? You love somebody so much and then they're not there anymore. It's like,
Right.
whoa, like how do you get out of this dark place, right?
Right.
So this book really emphasizes that, like that journey of being in that dark space, and then after I find a light, which is once again either faith or higher power or whatever you believe in the universe. After you find that, then it's like, okay, I found it, let me pass the light to the next person.
What's your best way to smoke? Cause I'm rolling up. Smoke like I ain't had enough. What's your best way to smoke? Cause I'm rolling. Smoke like I ain't had enough.
What's up with y'all out there? This is the Best Way to Smoke podcast, and you smoking with Big J
and Serpo Jr. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. When you do all that, go and tell a friend.
Please believe and make sure you do that. And we definitely appreciate everybody that tap in and tune in with us. Keep doing that and spread the word. We got a special guest in the house tonight, the homegirl Kimberly Mora from Krusher.
What's up?
How you doing? How you doing?
Blessed to be here. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you for coming in. You know what I mean? And before we dig all the way into the show, we always do the best way to smoke tip. And when we have a guest, we ask the guest, get the people your best way to smoke tip.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say romanticize your session. Before I answer what that is, what do you guys think that is?
Romanticize your session. I'm gonna say like maybe just like get into the mood of it, like really indulge into it, get comfortable, create a comfortable setting, relax, and dive into it.
Right.
What you say, Kazo?
Like, I agree with everything you're saying right there. I say just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much prepare your moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna get ready to blow. Whether you're an instant person, you're a music person, you're a game head. You know what I'm saying? Get your shit together.
Right. So the reason why I say that is because I feel like a lot of us right now, especially in this day and age, that we're just on the go. You know, we're ready to smoke, go, okay, we need to get it done, or we're just smoking constantly. Nothing that there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like we need to learn to appreciate the herb, right? Appreciate where it came from, appreciate, oh man, I'm gonna take some time, I had a long day at work, let me get a little glass of wine, or maybe not a glass of wine, maybe just a little joint, and just really appreciate it. You know, so that's what I mean with romanticizing it.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's actually true too, though, because it's like I've been smoking on something. You know what I'm saying? I have a form of gelato I've been on, and it's like I smoke it. Yeah, I'm getting blowed, but once I like prepare for it, I get in tune with the bud, relaxed with it. I'm like, damn, my eyes are motherfucking now. Versus than me just being on the go, you know what I'm saying, rolling and all that. But once I romanticize with it, I got it.
Romanticize your session, people.
On everything. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier before we started recording. I was saying once I get to the house tonight, I'm gonna roll me up a fat one.
Yeah, really.
But look, I'm gonna eat me I'm a micro dose of some shrooms.
Oh my
and
goodness.
roll me up a fat one and just chill out. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be done for the day. I can kind of relax with it and enjoy it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So look, tell us, where did you grow up?
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up in North Hollywood, born and raised. I was there all the way throughout high school. So shout out Monroe Street.
Shout out Monroe Street.
So born and raised there. Me and my family moved to Arcadia for quite some time. Okay. So if you guys don't know where Arcadia is, it's basically by Pasadena, Duarte area. And then from there, we finally got a property in Pomona. So that's where we reside now.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. So what was it like growing up out there?
North Hollywood was different. It's not the same as it is now. I'm going to tell you that much. I feel like a lot of us don't really see where time goes unless you go back to where you grew up, you know? Right. And actually recently I went back like 2 months ago just to visit my grandmas. They're still out there. Shout out grandmas.
Shout out grandma.
Shout out grandma.
But yeah, they, I just saw like the difference in the industrialization of everything, you know? Yeah. A lot of people are not there anymore. It was a very big like Latino community.
Right.
So it just really shows like a lot of change when you're not there.
Right,
you know?
Yeah, the gentrification like
yes.
Yeah, that's going on everywhere, pushing people out.
And, so crazy.
For real. Mm-hmm. So, and growing up in North Hollywood and then moving to Arcadia, what was the difference for you?
It was very different. I feel like I was very like fast paced already. Right. I still am. Right. It's already in me like that. But I feel like when I moved to Arcadia, it was very slow, like calm down, like,
Right.
ease it, kind of
Right.
slow down. So I feel like I appreciated the city of Arcadia a lot because it really like helps you in tune, like in your mind of
Right.
where you're at in life. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that was me in college in Arcadia. I was just going out there, went to Citrus College. Shout
That's
out
right.
Citrus.
Shout out Citrus.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
So I feel like it really showed me to kind of like slow down my mind because North Hollywood, living in the city is different,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Like from North Hollywood to Los Angeles
Right.
to any part of
It's
that area,
fast-paced.
honestly, you're just fast paced. Let's go. Who can I connect with? Who da, da, da. But that was me in high school. So my dad
Yeah.
was like, no way, she's too crazy.
Right, right.
She needs to move out. We need to move somewhere else. That's done.
For real. It's a slower pace and
Yes,
shit.
yes.
Yeah, that's what's happening though, man. So what's your position with iCrusher?
Yeah, so I would say I'm an asset to the company. I'm a
Dope.
big asset there.
Yeah.
I've been there for 2
Okay.
years, but before iCrusher, honestly, I was just looking for a place where I could plant my seed. In other
Okay.
words, like I was really pursuing sales, but I didn't know where exactly I would strive.
Right.
And then finally, iCrusher took me in, and it's been all day from there.
That's right. That's
Mhm.
You
right.
say you wanted to plant that seed. What was that seed that you was
Yeah,
that's
so
intended?
it was just more of like having that freedom of showing where I could be successfully in sales, right? And I feel like a lot of corporations, especially women in sales,
Right.
it's really hard to show that, right? Because it's
Mhm.
like, oh, you can't say that because you're a woman, you can't say certain things like that, or you're too much of a hustler, you can't do that. Let me take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I feel like iCrusher really gave me that opportunity to really show who I am as a person and in sales as well.
That's what's up.
That's
That's
right.
what's up.
Mhm.
So who's shout out the owners of
iCrusher, yeah,
iCrusher.
David Chen,
Shout out
love you,
iCrusher.
woo woo.
shout out David Chen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and you brought us a gift, and it's some dope products. You gave us some stuff when we seen you at CanaCon too.
Mhm, yeah.
But I want to get a taste tester.
Yeah,
on camera.
absolutely.
But I
Let's
like the
go.
device though because it has the and what you call this one?
This is a stylus. It's a
The
510
stylus.
thread stylus, and also
Yep.
our cartridge as well.
Yeah.
It's called the Tux.
Yeah.
It's a press-on cart, but this stylus battery is actually one of our first in-house activated 510 thread batteries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope though. I like how it's magnetic. You can just drop it on there. It's gonna close and
Absolutely.
stuff. And like you said earlier, it's kind of therapeutic and stuff too though. You
Mhm.
can push it. But now let me taste it though. Let me taste what's in
Go
it.
ahead, enjoy. Period.
Uh-huh.
It's your best way to smoke.
Yeah, and I like it too though, because it's smooth and it's very stylish though too.
Absolutely.
Though.
Yeah. And then one thing about iCrusher too, of course, if you guys want to ever put like your brand on there, change the color of the device, absolutely, we could do that for you guys.
Oh, that's dope. That's
Mhm.
dope though. So anybody out there, that's looking to brand, that want to brand something, you can go to iCrusher.com, right?
No, actually, you could just contact me directly at iCrusherKim.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll be more than happy to take care of anybody out there.
Man, y'all tap in with that.
Yeah, tap in with
Tap
Kim.
in.
So tell us where you get your hustle from.
Yeah, so I would say at a very young age, my dad really motivated me to like be an independent person and just go out there and get it. My dad, he's his own business owner right now, thank God.
Mhm.
But
That's
yeah,
dope.
I feel
That's
like
dope.
ever since I was little, my dad really showed me this is what you do to go out there and get it.
That's
He
right.
would be out 4 a.m., come back 10 o'clock at night, and I
Yep.
wount see him, but I appreciated it, right?
Yep.
Because I saw like, man, I have this man out here hustling, busting just so I
For
can
the
put food on
family.
the table.
Yep.
And same thing with my mother as well. Like she was
That's
out
right.
there working just as hard. So I feel like growing up, it was just a lot of that, and it just
Yeah.
embedded in me, and it's who I am.
That's what's
Honestly.
up. So what type of business does your father do?
He's in pest control.
Oh,
So
that's right.
his business called Pro Excel Pest Solutions.
Shout out
So-
to Pro
Excel.
Excel.
Yeah, period. So
For
that's
sure.
what he does right now, and he's been there for 20 plus years already, very successful, and yeah, he's out there killing it.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. So
And shouts out to the dads, man, that's out there that's like pushing their kids to do that
Most
shit
definitely.
right.
yes, we got
most
to,
definitely. Most definitely.
Mhm.
So that's good. So your pops was a big inspiration to you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? To get out there and hustle and make things happen for yourself.
Yes.
So when did you first get into cannabis?
I got into cannabis 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And it all started because I actually was a nurse before.
Okay.
I was a nurse assistant.
That's right.
And I worked at a cancer facility. So, of course,
Mm.
with that big disease, you kind of, once again,
Mhm.
romanticizing yourself. Like, it's just appreciating the herb of what it did to these
Yeah.
cancer patients, right?
Right.
Medicine
Right.
could only go so far, but cannabis really had a big impact. So when
Yeah.
I saw that, of course, I wanted to do sales as well. So I'm
Right.
like, where can I implement my knowledge, but also support the flower as well?
Yeah.
So then
right.
that's where I found iCrusher.
That's
That's
right.
Let's
Mhm.
go back before Eye Crusher though, because like how you were just
Mhm.
saying, like Eye Crusher they allowed you to be you.
Right.
Like before then, when everybody is trying to tell you, like, nah, don't do this right here.
Mhm.
Nah, that's too upfront right there.
Mm.
Like, how did that make you feel like within your journey of planting that seed?
Yeah, it felt like I was in the wrong environment, right? So like it pushed me to look for more things that, I mean, if the company wasn't there, then that's fine, but that company is out there, you know? So it kind of just pushed me and motivated me, even though it was scary at times, like, man, we need a job out here. It's
Right.
California, we gotta pay
Right.
our bills.
It's hard.
It's so
Living-
crazy,
yeah.
So was that
but
denial
it
that
really
pushed you?
pushed me. Yeah, like it pushed me to not be fearful.
Yeah.
So I think that was really like humbling as well. So I
Yep.
think it pushed me.
That's right. So against all odds, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Like,
sir.
keep it pushing.
Hmm.
Cause that's like they say that one that you get a whole bunch of no's, and then that
Yeah.
one yes it'll just be the right thing to
Yeah.
push you to where you need to be.
But
Absolutely.
sometimes that shit can be discouraging though. You know what I'm saying? You got this ambition that's built up and you just going like,
But you know why though? It's because a
Tell-
lot of people are after the yes, right? We need to start learning as a culture, as a community, that a no's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's very powerful to know that when you strive for the no, oh man, that's a roadblock. That's a
Mhm.
stepping stone to where I could go to my yes.
Right.
That's what we need to start looking at and start
Right.
thinking like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point of view right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I be
Mhm.
saying sometimes, you know what I'm saying, don't be afraid of your mistakes.
Hmm.
A lot of people be afraid to make the mistake like I'm doing something wrong. But if you look at that mistake like, all right, this is where I went wrong. Now I know how to do it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like in the same concept.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of your mistakes.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah, look, I tell my youngest son that all the time. He plays football. So, it's like with that, you might make a mistake, but you can't dwell on the last play.
Hmm.
Even if you do something good, you still gotta move on to the next play.
Exactly.
So it's always just about, being progressive and just keep going. And whether you hear a no or whether something go wrong, you do something wrong, just shit. That make it a learning experience.
Right.
You know,
Right. I agree. We got to
Really?
keep going after those no's.
man,
Keep going
for
after those
real.
no's.
The motherfuckers gonna be a whole lot of yeses afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There
then
you
people gonna be
go.
reaching out to you.
Hmm.
So, like, we seen you at the CanaCon. Was CanaCon a successful run for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. It was really cool just because, there's other vendors there and,
Yeah.
it's always good to show off your brand.
Yeah.
I think it's really good recognition for the company itself. And
Thanks.
yeah, it was very successful. I mean, it could have had more footwork out there.
Right,
To be honest, it was pretty empty, but I feel like the fact that people were still there, I
Yeah.
mean, says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, was that your first event? Expo.
No,
Going to,
I've
or
been to
you been?
plenty before. Yeah.
So you've been to
Like Hall of Flowers,
right.
right? Champs, MJ BizCon, like all of those are very good networking
and
shows.
Champs is pretty big.
Yes, it's so huge. Mhm.
That's the one we gotta hit. The next time they do it and stuff. So, 'cause
Absolutely.
that one is
It's
huge.
huge. It's like when I went last year, it was actually like a big warehouse, 2-story floor. So it's really worth it, honestly. Really worth it.
So look, tell us what sets iCrusher apart from other companies.
Yeah, iCrusher has been around since 2017.
Okay.
And I think that what really basically steps us up a game is that we have a lot of our people here in the States. We also have inventory here in the States. So if you want to have a pickup shop,
Easy
definitely
access.
iCrusher has easy access. Exactly.
Mhm.
And we also do packaging, custom packaging. We do white labeling. You want to put a brand out there. We don't just work with big multi-state operators as well. We work with, the person that lives right next door that just wants to start a brand that has a dream, right?
Right.
So we don't judge like that either. So we work with all walks of life in iCrusher, and I feel like that's what stands us out a lot.
Yeah.
I feel our team is really strong as far as customer service, of course, and just
Right.
really helping people get to their goal of where they want to go. Because, whether you're a big multi-state operator or you're a small guy just buying like 100 pieces, you're still a business in the end of the day,
Facts.
right?
Huh.
So we
Facts.
all appreciate that and we help people like that,
Yeah.
So,
Just real quick, let's do a quick I want to start me a little terp taster.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking for the proper devices, you know what I'm saying, to put my stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
So I contact you and I just let you know it's like, okay, what I want to offer to the people, I want to allow them to have a good experience, get you blowed, you know what I'm saying? But I want you to taste.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What you got to offer for me?
Yeah,
For my
so
person.
my first question to you would be either if you're going for 5, 10 thread carts or if you're going for disposables. So that's where you kind of need to understand where your market is, where your
Okay.
people, what your people are looking for. So if you hear a lot of people telling you, oh, when are you going to launch disposables? Okay, now I need to start looking for something that's going to help my oils taste great, but I need to look at the aesthetic now. How does the disposable look? What do I want my brand to be with that disposable? In a
Okay.
sense, it's kind of like a face, right?
Okay.
Every marketer or any brand has like a face, right? It's
Mhm.
like that. What device do you want to quote unquote be the face for your company?
Okay.
You know,
And I hear you say what, 510 cart?
5, 10 thread carts.
510 thread cart. Is that the one to where it's like you got
It's
these
the
and you
yeah,
can
yeah,
dispose these?
exactly. It's the one with
And
the
then
oil.
the
in it.
disposable is just everything is just
It's
all
all
right
in
there.
All
one.
in one.
Okay.
It's an all in one.
I just learned that just right now.
No
I
worries,
just
no
learned that
worries.
just right now. That's dope.
Huh. Which one do you say is like the biggest seller, the disposables or the refillables?
Oh man, honestly, it depends.
510
Right now, I
thread
would
cart.
say if I had to choose between cartridges and disposables, I would say the 510 thread cartridges,
Right.
right?
Right.
But
Because you
it
can keep
also,
them longer.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it just depends where you're at, though. In the
Right.
states, because we work all across the state. So if you're in the
Right.
East Coast, a lot of people are like 510 thread. If you're out here West Coast in Cali, a lot of people are like in disposables,
Mhm.
even pod systems as well. So
Right.
it's just kind of who you're talking to.
So tell us about the pod system.
Yeah, so the pod systems, you guys might recognize our devices from Plug and Play. Plug and
Okay.
Play is actually one of our biggest people here that works with us. And yeah, they've been with us for quite some time. But we're out here. Yeah, the pod system's basically really good for your distillates.
Mhm.
It's like a pod. It's kind of like the same idea as the device you guys have now,
Right.
but it's like a battery that you just put the pod in and you take it out, whatever, toss, get another pod, put the battery with the same battery,
Okay.
So it's really good. Mhm.
Okay. So let me ask you, do you prefer flower or the vapes?
The vapes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say live resin.
That's
I'm a
right.
live resin
That's
girl.
right. That's right. Has it
Yeah.
always been like that for you?
No, I'm
Right.
definitely I appreciate the flower as well. So I
Yeah.
could depend. It depends on the environment, right? If I'm at a party and they're like, "Oh, no flower," okay, I have my vape.
Yeah. Yeah, because
That's
it works. It works too, though, because they won't
Exactly.
smell it. Like,
Mhm,
you know what I mean?
exactly. It's not as loud as
Yeah.
the beautiful flower, but
Right,
it's okay.
right.
That's right.
And we was just talking about that too, though. It's like when you, because we did a news, a segment about a restaurant in Dallas
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
that said they didn't want people coming in there smelling like weed.
Yeah, they
Oh,
refuse
that's
your
so
service.
crazy.
Like, what the?
Did they allow cigarettes though? Did they allow
Huh.
cigarette smokers?
Probably so.
Probably.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably so.
Crazy.
That's wow.
But it works with the vapes, like for me too, though, because I go to the movies and be chilling at
Yeah.
the movies, watching the movie.
Yeah.
You know, blowing on my vape at the movies. and
Well,
stuff.
AMC, I'm gonna tell you, I found the guy. He's the one.
Good man.
That's why-
AMC theaters.
That's why I always sit way at the top. You know, when we
Yeah.
go,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
I be up in there too though. My wife, she'll
You
tell
guys
me,
are
she be
so
like, I
funny.
hope you ain't got that pin up in there, because out of nowhere you will see a
See the-
cloud
see
of
the
smoke.
smoke.
Yeah.
Oh,
I try to
wow.
be discreet,
They're
like,
like,
he
where's
blow
the
it out.
fire coming from?
That shit just blow it out.
Oh,
That's so scary.
man,
Don't ever do
man.
that. You freak out people. No way.
So tell us about your book, Pass the Light.
Yeah.
That's available on Amazon
Yes,
right now.
and Barnes and Nobles.
And Barnes and Nobles.
Tune in. Yeah. Pass the Light is basically a book that takes you through a journey from pain into power. So
Mhm.
it's just a lot of inspiration, poetic feelings of how it is to be broken in the
Right.
darkness, and then after finding the light,
Like
which is
rebuilding.
faith or higher power, whatever you believe in. So it kind of takes you through that journey there. And it's crazy because I actually wrote the book before COVID, and then during COVID, I launched it.
Huh.
Mm.
Yeah. with
What
the pandemic.
inspired that?
Just a lot of things. I mean, I was around a lot of women at the time that were very heartbroken from an individual that broke their heart.
Right.
And I was just kind of like jotting down a lot of feelings. I mean, who hasn't been through a breakup before, right? Raise your
Right.
hands. I have.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we
So,
all
you know what I'm
Everybody,
saying?
yeah,
And
yeah.
that feeling is really dark. I mean, I feel like that's one of the biggest like mental health issues a lot of people do experience because it's like a breakup, right? You love somebody so much and then they're not there anymore. It's like,
Right.
whoa, like how do you get out of this dark place, right?
Right.
So this book really emphasizes that, like that journey of being in that dark space. And then after, whoa, after I find a light, which
Right.
is once again either faith or a higher power or whatever you believe in the universe, after you find that, then it's like, okay, I found it. Let me pass the light to the next person.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. That's dope.
Mhm.
So when was the book launched? When did you put it out?
Yeah, so it was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years ago I launched it and it's just been successful from there and just trying to market it out more and just take over Cali.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That sounds dope. And you know, for a person that is going through a dark spot,
Mhm.
you know, they can read your book and maybe help them find that light, you know, get to
Absolutely.
where, you know, they could be in a better place mentally because that mental is very important. It's just as important as the physical. You know,
Right.
if your
Really.
mind is all fucked up, it's like,
Right.
you know, what you gonna really
Exactly.
do?
Exactly. And I feel like when it comes down to mindset, when people say have a positive mindset, it's not going to change the situation. The situation is going to
all.
stay the same, but you
Mhm.
yourself will be able to have strength to deal with that situation
Yeah,
with a
I believe
positive
that.
mindset, right?
Yeah.
So I think that really pushes people like to understand, okay, I have this, you know, negative situation, but if I'm thinking, you know what, I could get through this no matter what, the situation is going to get smaller and smaller.
Man, that's dope. That
Facts.
book sounds interesting. Is it available on Audible?
Not yet. It's coming.
Yeah, that
It's
Audible.
coming. Right now it's hard copy, man. You got to feel those pages.
Huh.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, pass the light. You know,
That's it. Sounds real interesting though. Listening to you talk about this book.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of what it is of basically, like I said before, just feeling the certain things of a breakup, right? And then from there, it's like, whoa,
If
I
you don't,
found it. After that, the light, you
Yeah.
know?
if you don't mind, what was the light that you saw? You know what I'm saying, to make you be like, all right, I done reached this peak right here.
Mhm.
Let me pass the light down.
Absolutely.
what was it
So
for you?
so for me it was faith.
Mhm.
You know, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
That's right. That old boy that
Jesus
that
Christ.
Jesus.
Yeah. Hey, no, but listen, I feel like that was
That's
my
right.
life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the book really emphasizes like if you find a higher power, that is exactly the light that you need. What's more
Mhm.
powerful than that, right? So once I was able to reflect that on the book, then of course, the title came along, Pass the Light, because I found it. There you go.
Mhm.
You guys pass it along.
Your faith, you know what I'm saying? Like speaking your faith, how did you put that into works?
How did
Yes.
I put it into works?
Yeah, as far as like, all right, I got my light, you know what I'm saying? I'm here, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting my strengths, I'm
Mhm.
getting my vision.
Mhm.
Now, how did you put all that into works as far as like being this outstanding person with Krusher? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Being able to like put this book out here for others to like learn
Right.
from and uplift.
Yeah, I mean, it goes as simple as like really brighten somebody's day, right? You don't know what they're going through. A simple how are
Inspiring.
you? Simple how are you? How you doing? How you feeling? A simple smile to a stranger that's walking by you. Just
Yep.
more
Man, that shit really
kindness.
goes a
That's
long
how you
way.
pass the light in the
Yep.
world, right? Open the door for somebody.
Yep.
You know, like
I
little
do
things
that.
like that.
I
I
do
think it's
that.
really
Yep.
powerful.
Yep.
It goes a long way for me, you know, if I'm having a rough day and a sweet person's like, oh, you're so pretty, honey, or something. Oh wow,
Right.
that makes my day. Like, man, I am
real.
good looking.
Right.
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
open the door
Yeah,
for you
open
or
the
something.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, just something sweet like that. So that's how I feel like I incorporate it, especially with Krusher too. You know, a lot of people are out there, you know, we're all doing what we need to do business wise, but it's always good to have that person that really brightens your day, whether it's saying
Really.
something silly
Really.
or whether
Right.
it's telling you push harder, go ahead and do it. I believe in you. Like just somebody that believes in you goes a long way.
Man, really. That
Mhm.
and I think a lot of people miss out on just that little aspect. Even like friends and family at times. Like just a simple like that pat on the back,
Right.
like a really shoot you past the Eiffel Towers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And all it is just like, man, good job, keep at it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm seeing it like in our everyday life, man. People just like walk by, be kind, say a kind word, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? This,
What a person
Yeah.
going through.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in this world. It's
man,
crazy.
Yeah.
that shit dope.
Hey,
That shit
look,
dope.
even if you see somebody and you give a kind word and they an asshole, still an asshole.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It ain't your fault.
that's
You know,
true.
you still was trying to pass the light.
Mm-hmm.
And and you keep it moving to the next person though, because you do encounter people like that. You might
Yeah,
open a door for somebody and then they don't say thank you.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though it's not necessarily that's what you expecting them to do.
Never expect it.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
that's just what should happen though.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I think I'm just now getting to that point because if I like do them kind gestures like that and then you ignore it, sometimes I like,
You'd be like, oh,
you know what I'm saying? But
okay.
now I'm getting to the point to where it's like, that's your bad. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Too
Yeah,
bad
for
you
real.
ain't getting none of this good
Facts.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
That's
we
it.
have a lot of bad apples out there, but you can't
Mhm.
blame them. You know, it comes from where they fall from the tree.
Yeah.
They bad.
So.
for
They
real.
bad up there too. It's okay, guys.
So
Just go out there.
so like tell us how important you think it is for women in cannabis to support each other.
Oh, very, very important. Very important. I think it's very important because, you know, like anything in life, especially here in the United States, anything that involves money, corporate, business, etc., anybody needs to basically be humble in a sense, right? Like,
Mhm.
especially with women, like, I feel like we all need to support each other and just be non competitive, more lift each other up,
Right.
you know?
Right.
But it goes vice versa as well. I mean, men need support too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
Sure.
But like women in cannabis, man, we need to go out there more.
Mhm.
Just because, you know, especially like with women that, you know, were basically pregnant before and then they gave birth. I mean,
Right.
would you rather
Yeah.
do cannabis or would you rather just, you know, smoke
something
pills
else.
or, you know,
Right.
just drink a lot of pills and stuff? Like, that's crazy.
Right.
And then you get
right.
addicted, right? So it's like, what do you do? Something more herbal or something just straight out of the counter that's just going to make you addicted and just lose your mind more?
Yeah,
That new
Right.
baby. So
man.
I think
Right.
it's important.
Yep.
I think it's important for women in cannabis too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because I actually believe it should be like really co-ed as it is. You know what I'm saying? Men and women, because you complement
Yeah.
each other.
Facts.
Yes.
Like because it's certain parts like within the cannabis, this whole little world of ours that men handle perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's certain parts of it we can't touch.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
But the woman can touch it and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's one of my main reasons why I be like, women is really needed in this stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We do. We need to get out there, you know? So
Tell us about your time modeling.
I started modeling back in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing like a lot of media work. Like I said, I grew up in North Hollywood, so I had a lot of connections out there. So I was just really into like the upcoming brands.
Yeah.
Because that's how I've always been, like those small business owners, right? So I just kind of like put myself out there and just really took pictures with all these new shirts or new
Yeah.
Fashion
hats
model.
or anything. I was really supportive like that. And I feel like a lot of business owners really appreciated me because of that. Because I'm like,
Yep.
man, don't worry, we could put a face on it. It's all right. Like we
Yeah.
get it out there. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I can say I can see you going through like breaking away because it's like you got the energy to where it's like, come on, let's do this. We can finna
Yep.
knock this
Yeah.
out. We finna shoot to the moon with it.
absolutely.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
honestly,
Yep.
there's this quote like, "There's no limitation in life unless you put a limit."
Yeah.
That's what it is. You know, we're the
Be
only people
limitless.
that put limitations to
fact.
our own life.
Yep.
Anything, business, whatever, your spiritual, your body, whatever, exercising, your eating habits,
Yep.
like you limit yourself to that.
Yep.
Mhm.
But in reality, life is limitless for sure.
Facts.
That's right.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
So which one of the eye crusher devices is your favorite? Or
Oh,
And
that's
which
a
one?
really good one. For me, I would say it's a disposable.
okay.
It's called the Nord and it's a ceramic center post. That's
Okay.
one of my favorite. Just because when you're doing like flavorful terps along with distillate, it's really, really flavorful.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really
That's
nice.
right.
Do you think like in these devices the voltage have a lot to do with you tasting the terps and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
But
tell us where does Eye Crusher stand out with that?
with the voltage curves,
Yeah.
so
Because
we
I can taste it. in
Yeah,
this.
no worries. So we actually
Mhm.
came up with this new device called the Omni. So the Omni is basically a temperature controlled device in which you could create your own voltage that fits best with your oils. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, so the stylus is actually the first generation that you guys have in your hand right now.
Okay.
But it's up and coming. It's definitely going to be temperature controlled as well.
Yeah.
Upcoming soon as well. But it's super cool. It's like you could control your own voltage.
Yeah, I like it.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. Do you dab?
No, I
You
do
don't like to
not.
dab?
No. I be choking on that. I'm like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Please, where's the oxygen tank?
Right. Yeah, you ever seen somebody hit it and like get lightheaded and like fall and shit?
I've seen that. It's so scary.
That must have been some
It's
powerful.
wild. That's some
Like
power
that-
there.
Like last night, you know what I'm saying, at the little event we was at, partners of ours, he had like 3 different, you know what I'm saying, mason jars full of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we took like, you know what I'm saying,
Trifecta.
all 3. Trifecta, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, dab you up. But
Oh,
we not
wow.
normal dabbers though.
Nah, nah.
Yeah,
No.
what kind of dabber are you then? What would you say?
I
You're not
ain't no
normal
type of
dabber? What
you know
dabber
I'm saying?
Well, like a blue moon dabber.
Okay.
Every now and then. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I mainly
Blue
mess
moon,
with the
yeah.
flower. Yeah,
Yeah.
just every now and then though. But like when I
You?
hit it,
Me,
Every day?
I ain't gonna say a blue moon. I just say like whenever I get it.
because you got a rig.
Yeah,
he got a rig.
It's
and all that.
portable.
It's portable. That's
I
enough.
think it's like
I
the
already
Rio,
know.
some shit like that. The Rio they got, you know what I'm saying? And if I get like if I come across the wax that's with that, and I'm in a waxy mode, you know,
Yeah.
I'm finna wax him up. But I put wax in my blunts. All
Wow.
that shit.
Okay. That's not bad. I think that is
Yeah, that's
doable for
cool.
me too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So that makes me an everyday dabber?
No, I don't think so.
No, that's the dab.
Dabber's like straight to the dome, like right there. Like I have it right here done. It's look at that.
No, but dabbing though, I took my hat to the dabbers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because them, like I've seen people, especially on social media, you know what I'm saying, they take a teaspoon, a spoonful, and clear the whole rig out. You know
Dang.
what
I
I'm
think
saying?
it's
I
an
be like,
art to it
heck
though,
yeah.
and some of them just don't hit it hard. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? They not hitting it super hard and shit like that though.
I think they cigar mixing.
Something.
How you
Oh, I
hit a
don't know.
cigar, they hit it, and you see them blow it out they nose.
Oh, yeah,
hit it
so it's
again,
fake then. They
and
just
blowing it out they
hold
nose.
all
You know what
the
I'm saying?
smoke in their
Yeah.
mouth.
Have you ever
definitely-
you ever did it?
Yeah, I've tried it,
Okay.
of course,
Yeah.
but that was probably the first and last time. I was like, where am I at? I'm in the moon right now.
Only
Where
the
we at?
experience. It's
was
a
up
different
there,
kind of
I was so up there.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is another world. I can't. Shout out to you dabbers. I can't.
On the real. So like, what do you prefer, like indica or sativas?
I'm a hybrid.
The hybrids?
Mhm.
Okay,
I'm a
like the
hybrid.
50-50s?
50-50s for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it
50s.
always like you gonna get the best of both worlds? You'll be relaxed, and then at times you would just be like, all right, I'm gonna
Yes,
get it.
yes, that's what I like. So I like the 50-50 hybrids.
Yeah.
Those are really good. Yeah.
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 Cause I think I told you this last night too though. It's like, cause I was like last night I was like high, blowed. I was up there. You know what I'm saying? I was
Super.
like, man, long as I stay moving, I'm good. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
right.
But if I sit still,
Yeah, you
it's like,
slump.
man, the indica done took over. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy. But we gotta do it.
Yeah, you romanticized like overly. Yeah.
Yeah, see, romanticizing your session. Exactly. Very romanticized.
Oh, man.
I love it.
So as far as new things that Krusher got coming,
Mhm.
tell us some of them things.
Yeah, so we're expanding a lot. So
Okay.
right now we have branches in Colorado, Michigan, Arizona. We just opened one in New Jersey. So we're just expanding as we go throughout the states. And then also we have international branches coming as well. So
That's
we
dope.
just have a lot of big things as far as growth and
Yeah.
expansion, because once again, it goes down to how convenient it is to come and just pick up the devices,
everything
right?
right
Like
there.
just go and pick up your devices, make payments, and that's it. That's so super easy and quick. And yeah,
For
that's what we're looking for.
sure.
Yeah.
When you first seen this one and you tried it,
Mm.
was you like, damn, this is nice?
I really appreciated the battery a lot because it was inhale activated. So one thing you guys will notice in the market, there's a lot of 510 thread batteries that are button activated. You have to
Yeah.
push a button here, right? Which is the normal. No hate on that device. Still nice, still sleek, but I think that device really like brings it out.
Yeah. Really though, I think so too though.
it's
like,
killing it.
Yeah,
Even-
yeah.
I feel like the buttons. You you got action that like over burning it, I think.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Versus when you just hit it, you know what I'm saying? Because you like naturally you're gonna hit, bam. All right, I hit it, and then you do your thing.
Yes.
If you're holding a button, you may be like, bam, holding it. Oh, it gotta heat up. Oh, now I hit.
Yes.
Now I'm tasting coil. You I'm improving on
Exactly.
this.
Yeah. So
You ain't
that's
getting
why
that with the eye crusher.
stylus
Mhm.
battery. Let me know.
Mm.
DM me.
Man. And like you was just talking about the expansion, you know, which y'all started in the company
20
started in 2017.
Yes, 2017.
That's dope to have. And where did the company start? In Cali?
No, originally from China. Originally from
Oh,
China.
okay.
Yeah, originally from China. We have our own manufacturers out there.
Right.
So we control the supply chain,
Right.
but our headquarters is here in California in Arcadia.
That's dope, though.
Mhm.
That's nice growth within what, about 5-6 years?
Yeah. Because that's around the time, if you guys noticed the bang, right?
Yep.
That's where a lot of people were starting to put cannabis and into oils, right? So you're getting resin, live rosin, and then just other stuff like that. And then that's why a lot of people were starting to expand to vapes. So
Right.
I mean, if you're in that type of business at that time, woo, you're gonna have some serious dough.
Now let me ask you this: what you think about the rescheduling that they talking about right now? How you feel
Oh
about that?
man, what do you mean by
That's
rescheduling? What do you mean?
rescheduling cannabis from
Schedule
Schedule
one.
1 to Schedule 3.
Oh man, it's so crazy. I think it's gonna be hard for a lot of business owners, small business owners for sure. I think it's gonna affect a lot of people. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
say
Really?
like it's not gonna be positive. Maybe it's gonna be positive for the other guy on the other side, but
Right.
not a lot of people are gonna get the positives of that. It's gonna be kind of negative for sure.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think if they do, because Schedule 3 is like what, Tylenol 3s and
Mhm.
certain things like that. So it opens if they do reschedule it to Schedule 3, it opens the doors for the FDA to be able to regulate shit though. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it can make it harder
Mhm.
for, like you say, for smaller companies, and then that's
Mhm.
when big business gonna
Yeah.
Just
swoop
swallow
in.
it,
Yeah.
swallow all the small
Really.
business and
So
Yeah.
that brings it to like so how you actually feel about like big corporate businesses trying to come in and try to bogart their way into the cannabis culture?
it sucks. I feel like it's losing the value of the culture, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the cannabis culture back then, it was more about, appreciating, right? Appreciating the flower and the process and just, taking care of your employees and everything. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
just
Yep.
about the dollar bill, it's about the flower, taking care of the plant. Because
Yep.
plants, it's like, it's crazy,
Yeah.
But I feel like corporate has really taken a toll on the industry a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Before it used to be hats and t-shirts, now it's all suit and ties.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know,
Yeah.
Yep.
once you put a dollar sign into that, that's it.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time, and we speak a lot about like the community, like the
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
cannabis community.
Mhm.
You know, we're a large community,
Mhm.
but it's different branches of the community. That fuck with each other, that deal with each other, and stuff like that. Though, so you know, Cuzzo be a lot on like if we stick together,
We overcoming it all.
we could overcome it all. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I believe that to a certain extent.
Right.
Because it's gonna be hard with bigger business with more money,
100%.
to be able to Walmarts,
Yeah,
the
the multi-state
Marlboros, the
operators.
cigarette,
Yeah.
all that shit
Oh,
right
yeah.
there. They gonna swoop in and they already in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They already in it making a profit. That's why I think it's so delayed to decriminalize it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
they already making money. So like, what's the rush?
What's the rush? Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that aspect of it too, though, you know what I'm saying? It's like I just feel like since you big, you corporate, you may have the money and all that stuff right now, but you finna be putting out some bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot of them are too.
And I feel as if like if the community has it on, you know what I'm saying, whatever section that you in, if you stick together with these small businesses, you know what I'm saying? It's like after a while, you're gonna run out. You know what I'm saying? And the
Mhm.
quality of the product is gonna take presence. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So that's why I'm firm on, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
sticking with the community.
Yeah. Sticking
Cause
to your craft, right?
we gonna pass that baton, we gonna pass that light, you know what I'm saying? And y'all still gonna be stuck like in y'all
With that
corporate, you know what I'm saying?
bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Get out of here. Get out of here with
See
that.
you later, bye.
Man. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a big. It's like the industry is like it's getting watered down.
Mhm.
It's getting really watered down and stuff though. and you know, within the communities and stuff. Like even going to dispensaries, like you know, it's dispensaries that we support for sure, for sure.
Right.
But then you know, you go into a dispensary and you know, you going to buy 3.5 and it's $50, $60.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
$80. I
80
know.
bucks, yeah. And so,
$80.
yeah. So it's
Wow.
like, that's a big turnoff when you can, you know, holler at your homeboy or something, you know what I mean?
Really?
And for that $80, you might get a half a zip or something like that.
Exactly.
You still go to dispensaries?
Yeah, I do.
What's your experiences with them today?
Oh man, it's changed. I feel like it's just so like if you're shopping at a mall. To be honest, everything's very fashionable, right? Everything's all flashy.
It's the packaging.
It's the packaging, exactly, the
Mhm.
colors. But I don't think it's not really bad. I just think it's more like approachable now. Before it used to be that little store in the corner, like it just had a little cross. Okay, let's go, like right. But now it's like, oh man, let's go to Cookies or let's go here, like you know. So I feel like it's more approachable now. I don't think it's a bad thing.
So you feel our shops, you know what I'm saying? You feel as if like our bud tenders, you know what I'm saying? They got enough knowledge about certain products and things that they have to where it's like it makes your experience worthwhile.
For the most part, for the dispensaries that I've been to, I feel like they are very knowledgeable, especially if I tell them my needs.
Yeah.
I think that's important because I feel like a lot of us go into dispensaries that like, oh, they're gonna tell me what I want. No, you need to explain yourself.
Really.
You know what? I had a rough day. I'm gonna need XYZ. Okay, perfect. They'll help you with that, you know?
Yeah, because we had a discussion one time when we was just talking about like, do you feel like in today's state of cannabis, do you feel as if like bud tenders should, you know what I'm saying, be tipped? You know,
I
and
agree.
it's like, and it's like we came up on the same, pretty much the same thing. It's like yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
If you know your product, if I can come in there, like as you say, I can tell you like I'm feeling this, I want to taste this, and I'm willing to spend this. And then you got your bud tender be like, oh, okay, I got the perfect stuff. This right here, it'll work for such and such. This over here, man, how your day been going? Such and such, wooty wow.
Yes.
That makes the experience. Oh hell yeah, you deserve a tip. You deserve everything you got coming.
There you
to
go.
Right.
Yep.
Then you got them. You come in and be like, man, I'm looking for some indica. Oh, we got these three right here.
Oh.
And then you even try to be like, you know what I'm saying, as a consumer, be like, all right, which one you choosing? This one's cool right here.
Oh no.
That's the
No,
bullshit.
I agree.
Right
I
there.
agree.
Yeah.
Now I don't even want to buy nothing in this motherfucker. Like,
ready to walk out.
Like bye.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
So that was a reason for asking right there, because there are a lot of shops out there that welcomes the customer. You know what I'm saying? Make your experience worthwhile. You know what I'm saying? Come on and come back. But then you got some that's like, you snobby mother.
Yeah. And then it goes down to the same thing, right? Like business owners, look at the people that you're creating in your business, right? Look at the culture that you're creating in your business.
Yep.
So, of course, dispensary, like a lot of people are stressed out going in there because I need something, right? To relax me.
Yeah.
So you need to like understand when you're out there looking for team members, are they really passionate about this? Are they passionate about the culture, the cannabis culture, especially, right? And if they are, perfect. Those are the type of people you want on your team. So you just need to be more customer service friendly.
That's what's up. But and by the way that you conversate and stuff, I could tell you got the marketing part. You got that shit down. So did you go to school for that?
No. No, I did not. I was pursuing nursing. Like I said before, I was pursuing nursing, and I just feel like I've always had that spunky, like uppity, wanted to be involved with everything, you know?
Right.
So I think it's just more of the matter of not being afraid of like who I could connect with. Right.
And then knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Hell yeah.
I think so.
So what have you been to Kushstock?
Kushstock? Yeah, I have.
Okay. Did you guys have a booth at Kushstock?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We didn't. We should have though.
Okay.
I said it, but they didn't want to.
Oh, they didn't want to get the booth at Kushstock?
No, because they're, like I said, they're more of like a corporate industry, right? So they want to go where the corporate's at. They want to go where all those big timer vape manufacturers are at, so they could show their face too.
Yeah, for sure, sure. Like the expos and stuff like that. Yeah.
Big expos. That's where they're more focused on.
And honestly, man, shout out to Kushstock and stuff though. But it's a difference from going to, the festivals, because you get, it's more of the fun type, even though the expos are still fun because especially if you're interested and you want to learn about that stuff, but it's a big difference, especially in networking and stuff too, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I believe so too. The prime example, you know what I'm saying, at the expo, like when we came across your booth, it's like the knowledge we got just sitting there talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Just quick like that. You're not finna get that at Kush Stock.
No
You know what I'm
way.
saying? You can get a joke, a good laugh, you know what I'm saying? A
Right.
good time at
Some
Kush Stock.
music, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the major differences I see with the festivals.
Yeah, for
versus
sure.
vape
But it depends on who you are. As like, you know, me, I was there for business, of course, trying to make connections with the
Yeah.
right people.
Yeah.
Kush Truck still had that, you
Yeah.
know. But just how do you approach it?
How do you,
right?
right,
Yeah.
right,
How
because
do you
everybody in
approach
the
it?
chilling mode, like,
Exactly. You gotta be
Right.
chill too, you
right,
know. And
right.
that's it. If you're really truly about the culture, you're gonna understand that
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
environment is okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. I'm not.
I
gonna
love it
front,
too.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's
From
the
the first
vibe.
ones, it's like I was looking at pictures from the first one. You see my lights are kind of long now. My like the first Kush Stock.
That was
like,
little.
Oh
yeah.
my
yeah.
God.
That
I
was
didn't
like,
even have them at the first Kush Stock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was barely trying.
that
to
was
go.
like,
Wow.
2019.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep,
I
right
had a good
before
time.
the COVID and all that stuff.
And that
came
was my
up.
first expo at the Canacon where we met you at. That was
Really?
actually my first one.
Oh my
Everybody-
God. You
That
need
was
to go
my
to
first expo
more.
too, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the next one I recommend is MJ BizCon. That's another one that's coming up if you guys
Okay.
want to check it out a little
Yeah,
bit.
where's that one gonna be?
That's going to be in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up and see what it do. Yeah. So what you smoking on today?
Right now, I'm just, pre-roll. Just
Yeah.
a pre-roll. I'm not too crazy on like the woods or anything like that. Just a nice pre-roll and I'm
Mm.
good.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you prefer the zigzags,
Mhm.
papers and
Basically.
stuff.
Yeah.
So that's like me. I went from the swishers and all that to the hemp. So I've been on hemp
Oh.
for a long time, the hemp wraps.
Oh, yeah.
So, but lately, for probably like the past maybe like 2 months almost, I've been just rolling joints.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
not bad. A little
It's
healthy.
It's not, because I got a
Very healthy for you.
Right. Go check out them best way to smoke rolling papers.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Check it out, people, please.
But I got so many different kind of rolling papers, so it's like shit. I ran out of the camos,
Mhm.
and I was like, man, let me just roll these
Yeah.
papers up.
Yeah.
And it was a different experience, right?
Yeah, because to me, it's like you get a better taste.
Mm.
You could taste it, especially if it's some good green.
Yes.
You could taste it going in and taste it going out.
That's what you need. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yep.
you have to have a
Yeah.
nice joint with some really nice
Uh,
green.
Yep.
I think like me lately. I've been using my romanticism. No, because it's like I've been going like from the papers to the hemp wraps, and it's like now I've been on a jungle lease. You know what I'm
Jungle
saying? The
leaves.
jungle lease, that's, you know what I'm saying, it's the Migos. They little
Yeah,
stuff, take
yeah.
off and offset. Yeah,
Yeah.
Quavo and offset. one of
Quavo.
them. You know what I'm saying? But I've
Yeah.
been off of the takeoff flavors.
Oh.
Like the flavors that Takeoff had. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
recommended or whatever. I
Absolutely.
just been off of it. I've been rolling.
You're like, okay,
feeling like a
let's
rapper,
put some
you know what I'm
Marvin Gaye
saying?
on it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And those are tobacco though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Uh,
But I would say like the health, quote unquote, healthiest, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's more like natural.
Probably because it's thin.
It's thin,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's hella thin. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you really don't taste the tobacco unless
Mhm.
the terps in it. You know what I'm saying? It's full
Right.
of me. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? But plus I put bomb up inside of mine.
So it's gonna override that tobacco. So look,
Oh my
tell everybody where they can find you at. Tell everybody where they can contact you. Krusher. Give them all your
All right,
spin.
guys. Well, thank you so much. If you want to go ahead and contact me, get some samples, start your brand, let me know at iCrusher_Kim. If you want to contact me directly, please contact me at 626-806-4232, and I'll be happy to work with you guys.
You guys, look, tap in with Kim. She'll help you get your needs. If you want to brand your company, put your brand on the vape cartridges and stuff like that, man. Please tap in. So I recommend it though. Hold on, before we go, we want to thank you for coming in. We
Thank
appreciate
you, guys.
you.
Bless.
I'm gonna take another hit of this, and we out of here. Best way to smoke.
Let's go. Woo.
Hit that like button, subscribe, comment, ring that bell. Once you do that, go on and tell a friend. Serpo Jr.
Big J.
Baby.